This program was produced by and first broadcast on Radio Hawke's Bay, your community access media station. Thanks to New Zealand On Air for making this type of programming possible.
Hi, Gail here. Welcome to Radio Hawke's Bay, and this is Life Coaching with Gail. It is a spiritual, intuitive, practical, everyday program about you, your life, who you are as a person. You are not just a human being. You are a spiritual being. You are an intuitive being, and that is called psychic. So every single one of you have abilities in the psychic. You have an anchor in the spiritual. You have an opportunity in this life that you are in right now to be able to access that spirituality that is you, and that is your higher self. That is that you are better than you think you are, better than you act sometimes, better than the words that you say. You are actually a product of the universe, creator, God, source, whatever it is that you want to relate to as your greater than presence that has made this experience on earth possible. We can't explain this experience on earth. We can't explain how a baby grows and becomes a human. We can only get the very periphery of it. So you are complex, and because you are complex, there's so much more to you. You aren't who you think you are just by what you do and what you attain, what skills you have or think you have. You have way more skills than that. So life is about kind of discovering that, digging down a little bit deeper and seeing what you can find more about yourself. I've heard, and quite disturbingly sometimes from younger generations, that they don't feel that they have done enough, that they can have succeeded in life, that they can do anything in life, and they're right at the very beginning of their life. And if this is you, then it's like you haven't even discovered even a small part of what you're capable of. You haven't seen even what a small part of the opportunities that there are that await you out there in the world. And unless you actually make mistakes, unless you fall down, unless you actually fail, you will never find and discover all of those things. Failure is a part of our process to succeed. If you do not fail, you cannot succeed. And I always think about the dude that invented the light bulb, because he had thousands of fails. Thousands of fails. Why would he even bother to keep going and trying to invent a light bulb after thousands of goes? But he did. And, you know, we reap the rewards of that in our everyday life. Yes, we use different things than light bulbs now, but we still use light bulbs. Same with electricity. So my memory doesn't expand to their names. I don't know if Edison did the light bulb. He might have done the light bulb. Anyway, I'm at the other end of the spectrum of my life. I'm in the old category where I have learned a lot of things, experienced a lot of things in my life, and you still think that you've failed, that you're not doing good enough. That's just a normal part of every human being. You know why you think that? You think that because you really are needing and wanting for yourself to be better, to do better, to do things in a better way. That's how we grow. That's how we learn more. That's how we evolve, actually. So all very normal to fail, all very normal to feel disappointed in yourself, all very normal to actually put yourself down as well and to beat up on yourself. Just a little heads up on that. There's numerous people out there in the world that want to beat up on you with words and with their actions. End of the day, you're it. You're the one that will defend yourself. You're the one that actually will know more about yourself, about what you're capable of, than any other person on the planet. And if you allow someone else to define you, then you are not allowing yourself to define yourself. So we are 2024, and 2024 is a brand new year where we are right now. There is a lot of energy in 2024, and last month I said a little bit, at the beginning of the month, I said a little bit about how this month was, or how this year was actually what it was about and how it would develop a little bit. So now I'm going to expand a little bit on that, because there were, in the last program, there were those that had luckier aspects to their lives that were by their Western astrology and their Eastern astrology. We are in a year of the dragon in February, so in February I'll cover that a little bit more. And I just glean things, information off of areas. I'm not an expert, I just simply take things that are interesting, that apply to us in a practical way, and convey that to you. So just a little bit about this year. This is, like I said, an energy-powered year. It's a year where you can be happy and successful. Last year, you either ended the year feeling absolutely battered and bruised, and I was one of those, or you glided through the year. It was a year where there were those contrasts. So this year, we get a little bit more energy input for those of you that have done a lot of inner reflecting and looking at yourself, looking at your life, looking at the meaning of your life, looking at what you want in your life. This is the year that you can put that into action. This is the year that you can make those decisions that work best for you. And you've got the strength to do that. Some of you might have felt like you've got nothing left, and that's when you're right on that pinnacle of actually the swing happening. And the swing is when it swings around like, well, actually, I'm going to do something and it's going to be for me. And I've been meaning to do this. If you've had a project and you've been meaning to do this for however many years, I'm going to do this now. So this is the year to do it. If I look at the Western astrology star signs, and if you know what your star sign, sun sign is, and those are the ones that are in the newspaper that you can read, and so I'm a Leo and this is what it says about Leo this week or this month. They are very general, but they give you an idea a little bit about what the theme is, what influences that can be helpful to you in your life are. Okay, so if we start with Aquarius, which is, of course, where we are right now, for any of you that are Aquarian, that were born under the sign of Aquarius, this year is about innovation. It's about passion, and it's about wellness. So all of the aspects around that is your theme for the year, that is your focus for the year. If you are a Pisces, then this is the year of breakthroughs, which is pretty powerful. So breakthrough moments, these can be small breakthrough moments, but they can also be massive breakthrough moments. They could even be a breakthrough in the way you think and the way you view the world. It's about alliances, what alliances you make, who you align yourself with, what if they are people or companies or businesses. It's also about contracts, Pisces. So that means that there'll be contracts to make, contracts to sign. Contracts signify partnerships and agreements. So that's your theme for this year. And then we have Aries. So Aries, if you are in Aries, autonomy, communication, and structure are your theme for the year. Taurus is all around values for you, your values, the values of the world, the values of the work that you're involved with. Values kind of like predominate a lot. They're highlighted to you. Your intuition is very clear and very strong this year, more so than other times. And toward the end of the year, Taurus, you will be having a lot more maybe epiphanies or insights or aha moments, thoughts that pop into your head that just simply tell you things you need to know. And it's also for you, Taurus, about pleasure, having pleasure, discovering the things that make you feel that you can enjoy them, that you can have a little bit of fun. So then we go into Gemini. So Gemini, for you guys, it's about community, being involved in the community, but having a community of friends, helpers, things that are really community-based. Independence also. So it's community, but it's also independence. Your freedom is important to you. You will feel that you want to do something for yourself and of yourself. Also, there's responsibilities for you, Gemini, this year. So you'll be feeling those responsibilities. You'll be taking on responsibilities. Just don't forget yourself in that whole scenario. So if you're a Cancer, born under the sun sign of Cancer, it's around your work, your career, actually. It's around healing. So that's inner healing. It's maybe exploring other modalities of healing, being more interested in those aspects. And it's about collaboration. So collaboration with others, collaboration with organizations. So career healing and collaboration, Cancer. So Leos. So Leos, for you, it is around expansion, networking, and resources. So for Leo, it's about resources, what is available to you. Who is there around you that can be of help to you? What information can be helpful to you? Networking, that is having someone who knows someone else that can help with something else. And expansion is, Leo, you'll be doing things that you are not now. So pretty much if you've been sort of just staying in your little corner, doing your things, this year you'll step out, you'll be brave and you'll do new things, you'll do different things, you'll expand your awareness in different ways, your resources, your people, everything. And then we get to Virgo. So Virgo is around intimacy, reputation, and individuality. So Virgo, your individuality, how you shine, how you express yourself in the world, what you share that is yours, comes up this year. Then we have, and reputation is very important to you as well, Virgo. It's like, how do you want to be perceived by other people? Measuring how people seemingly perceive you now, and maybe wanting to up your reputation or have the people close around you that recognize what you're good at, who you are as a person, and maybe kind of drawing those people closer to you this year. So Libra, partnerships. So Libra, it's about partnerships, all kinds. It's not just relationship partnerships. It's not just child-parent relationships. It's not just husband-wife relationships. This is relationships you have with anybody out there in the world. So how do you relate to the person you go and buy your groceries from? Or how do you relate to the shopkeeper, a contractor, a worker that is there to help you? How do you relate to them? It's also about, for you, Libra, it's about creativity. So it's, what do you do that is creative? If you think you don't do anything creative this year, you might just get an idea about, oh, maybe I do this. Maybe I just change the furniture around in the house. that is creativity. Creativity isn't just going and making a mold of something or painting a picture. Creativity is like, oh, I think I'll just do this with the garden, or I might just change this around, and I might just actually go and do something in a group, or it's just about being creative. And also, Libra, the meaning of this year is more than just surface meaning. There is depth to be explored and gained in your life, in what you're doing in your life. So there's a lot of extra sort of, maybe contemplation comes with it, looking for the deeper meaning of things, all of that. Scorpio. So Scorpio is around stability. Very important for you this year. How do you gain stability? What are you doing to help you feel more stable? That can be with your money, your house, like where you live. It's also about transformation, Scorpio. So there are changes that you will experience in your ideas, your thinking, your actions, your life in an external way. You will maybe find that different people come into your life, some leave your life. You undergo some sort of inner transformation where you feel perhaps a little bit not quite solid in yourself, a little bit maybe not so much out of it, but I'm going to use those words, just more that you are kind of, I don't know, something's happening, you're not quite sure what it is. Some people can feel a little uncomfortable. It's actually not uncomfortable. It's like you are changing into a better version of yourself. I always align it the same way. If you have just been a caterpillar, this year you will transform into becoming a butterfly. A butterfly sees a whole lot more of the world, can go a whole lot further in the world, not be a caterpillar and stuck on the plant. Also, Scorpio, other things that's important for you are the connections you make, having good connections. Connections are going to be a real feature for you this year. So now we look at Sagittarius. And Sagittarians, it's all about relationships, romance, a little bit more meaning, depth, discovering the relationships, growing, developing your relationships, but in a romantic way, because romance is important for some reason for you this year. So the other thing that's important for you, Sagittarius, is legacies. So this is around all kinds of legacies, all right? It is, there'll be matters that concern legacies. There will be things that you will be doing for yourself as far as whatever you are leaving for your children and what you can leave for your children. So that's a main aspect for you. And then we go to Capricorn, our earthy Capricorn, and it's all about family this year. It is about routine and routines that work for you and work for family. The other aspect for you, though, Capricorn, is discovery. There are still things to discover, and you'll feel that you want to unearth some things. So that's a quick breakdown of your astrology, just, the theme of your year. So what I'm going to do, because I did do and have a little look at the cards for January earlier, I'm going to actually have another look. Have you noticed an energy change or an energy shift as we've come into 2024? Some of you might not feel this until February when Year of the Dragon starts. Some of you may be feeling like, oh, all that stuff last year and all those problems and everything that happened and all that upheaval is still going on in January. You're tying up loose ends. January, you're tying up loose ends. You're just doing the final finishing off, okay? But let's have a little look at the rest of the month and just see if there's anything that relates to those of you that are listening, and we'll have a little look at that. So first card, because I use the tarot, I do readings, I do life coaching, spiritual, intuitive sessions, and readings and tarot is part of that, or part of some of them. I do mediumship, also clairvoyance, just a whole gambit of things. So if you would like a personal reading, my phone number is 027 4166 545, and all you have to do is give me a text or ring me and we can organise a time. So the first card that came out is the Hermit. So those of you who know what the Hermit is, you can look it up and take your reference and your meaning for your personal life from that. For those of you that don't, this rest of the month, there's going to be guidance. So it could come as a little bit of an idea that pops into your head, a thought that pops into your head. It could be like a nudge. Sometimes we feel like we get a tap on the shoulder. Sometimes we get a little bit of a motivation, or just a little bit, I really need to do this type of thing. Or sometimes we just wander off into the sunset and we find ourselves talking to a person and having some sort of wonderful interaction. That's all under that same umbrella of guidance. We have angels on our shoulders, we have our family on our shoulders, we have people who care about us in spirit like we do in real life. And the ones in spirit always are there for you personally, 100%, and 100% of the time. So, shining a light on things, so some things being shown quite clearly, direction if you're looking for it, being shown to you quite clearly. Look for the signs, look for the synchronicities, look for the coincidences, look for things that happen 3 times. If you get 3 of the same kind of thing, if you've got 3 different people who've said the same thing to you, then that is for your guidance, for you, to help you. If you don't like what you're hearing from these individual people, it doesn't take the truth away from it. The universe is trying to show you the truth, to help improve yourself, to help you make a step in a certain direction. And sometimes someone says something, we get so upset and so annoyed. It just helps us to make a decision about what we're going to do next. So there's a lot of guidance, a lot of help, light being shown on things, your direction especially for this year, your direction especially for you and your life that starts this January. So just keep your eyes open, even though you're still dealing maybe with some of those things from last year. The other card I've just pulled is the Sun. So the Sun is everything, and we have a beautiful sunny day out there today. So the Sun is about everything that's positive. It's about your life is becoming more positive. Things that are happening in your life can turn out to be actually a blessing. So if you've got something gnarly going on that is a little upsetting, difficult to navigate, this says it's okay, do what you need to do, it's all going to work out well for you. Okay, no matter the struggle, no matter what's going on, there is sunshine at the end of the road. I'll just have a quick look at one more card and just have a check with what we've got. So we've got some fabulous cards here because the next card I've got is the World. So if you want to Google the Hermit, the Sun and the World. It's kind of nice to just open up and expand your ideas of what is right and what is not right, and what is good and what is not good, and what is possible and what is not possible, and what you know, to expand that, endear yourself to actually learn something new and something different. So this last card is the World, and the World is you are free. This is your chance. You've come through some pretty tough stuff in your life, and because of that, you are now ready to be you more authentically. you're actually ready to, you can literally physically travel. You can travel in your mind, in your heart, in your being. You can step out there in a much bigger, brighter way than you have before. This is encouraging you if you've been holding yourself back, if you've been diminishing your own abilities in any way. This is saying, no more. This is your time. You're given the signs. Go for it. Just do you. Be brave. Doesn't matter how it works out. This says a lot of things can work out really, really well. And this year is the year of success. So let's have a look at what we can do with that. So on that note, you are with Radio Hawke's Bay. I'm Gail. This has been Life Coaching with Gail. If you would like a personal tarot reading, medium reading, clairvoyant reading, if you'd like to know what's coming up for you in the year ahead, we can do a month by month and have a little look for you. My phone number, if you want to contact me, is 027 4166 545. And on that note, have a lovely couple of weeks, and I'll see you back in the beginning of February. Namaste. Take care.
This program was produced by and first broadcast on Radio Hawke's Bay, a community access media station. Thank you to New Zealand On Air for making this type of programming possible.